Welcome back to GMNC this morning. In studio is Tony Subramony, and we're chatting about the good old days. Welcome, Tony. Good morning.
Good morning, Patricia.
How are you?
I'm good, yeah. We all sit around the campfire, we sit around the brine, we talk about the fun and the good old days that we've had. Nothing wrong with that, wonderful. It's good to go back in memory and relive some of the exciting and some of the joyous events in life as well.
Right.
But how many of us are living today in the past? Sure. We constantly hear people say, oh, you can't beat those good old days. And if we continue to live like that, with that attitude, we're missing out on the good of today. And that's a big risk that we're running. We're actually facing this day with so much of dread and animosity and anger and resistance that we don't enjoy this day.
Right.
How often a lady who's pregnant and she goes through all of those pain and agony and she grabs hold of her husband when she's giving birth and squeezing his hand and saying, not again, not again. But you know what? That subsides and it goes, that negative part of it, that painful experience is short-lived and you want to go and you have a baby again.
Right.
But in terms of what we go through, we have to understand that there's pain, there is suffering in every day that we go through in life. We've got to embrace that.
Yes.
We've got to create the resistance we've got to create the resilience and not the resistance. Because when we're creating resistance, we're pushing it all back and we're saying, well, we lived in the good old days and things were so much cheaper, things were much better, and we're losing out on the opportunity right now. The other message I want to share is that what are we sharing with our children when we constantly want to talk about the good old days? And we're constantly referring to the economy then, the price of petrol, the price of food, and we talk about it. So we also somehow subtly saying to kids that those were the best days of our lives and we're not going to have any better days anymore.
And what do you have to look forward to then,
Yes. So kids who haven't been around are sitting and thinking, what was so different to those days that I don't seem to be seeing right now? And what is grandpa and grandma telling me what was the difference?
Why are they so unhappy now,
Right. The lockdown had taught us so many powerful lessons. And one of the lessons I've learned is to become savvy with technology.
Yes.
And if I look at it now and I realize that I don't have to go to places now, I can do this thing virtually online and have the Zoom meetings and have the Google meetings, all of these team meetings, and you realize, that's one example of how we can embrace the good of today.
Definitely.
So it's so important to understand that we don't want to go back and look at life with these rosy glasses, these lenses that we have. These petal rose that we so often talk about. But we want to understand that we're going to see to the reality that it comes with.
Yes.
Right? And if we talk of cost of living, it has come with its burden, it's come with its baggage as well. But we have to embrace that, we have to understand it's part of life.
Yes.
Right? So that's my message for this morning, is not to continue to live in the past, but to look at how we can embrace the day and enjoy the goodness of this day, the joy of this day, the sunshine of this day.
Yes.
That's what it is.
And it's almost like what you're saying is don't lose the opportunity to appreciate the now, what's happening now.
And it's so important what you're sharing, Pratisha, because when you look for opportunities in each day, you will find those opportunities.
Definitely.
You will find the opportunities. So my message is, let's not continuously live in the good old days. We're welcome to talk about it, but let go and start living.
Thank you, Tony. That was an exceptional message for the weekend.
Yeah.
And come on, guys, enjoy the present, enjoy the memories from the past, but embrace the present. Stay tuned. Next up, we have Matt Williams with All Things Sport.